Good morning, everybody. We are back on track, just about. So, last few minor settings, details, whatever we want to call them. Bam! And then all of a sudden, it's live. We're there. We're back. We're back. And maybe even our actual follow notifications are working today. Exciting times, if such is the case. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. It's another fantastic day in paradise. I think I should have... There we go. Maybe even the sound could be working fairly soon. There we go. Okay, we've got sound as well. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I'm feeling more refreshed today, thank God. Slept better. Really does have such a big impact when it happens, that's for sure. So just trying to get everything sorted. I'm trying to figure out what the plan is today. I guess we start off by seeing that. Okay, rank work check. Morning. So 8 Legionnaire. I ended up pushing an extra rank yesterday. You know, the ideal path was up to rank 7 only, but I ended up, because I was online yesterday and I wasn't really feeling, you know, in this zone to do something very specific. So yeah, thank you. So I just ended up pushing an extra. It was a good day in terms of honor, at least. So I know we had a lot of really good runs. Let's see here. Yesterday, right? Win. Loss, wins. So generally fairly smooth. Yeah. 8. I'm not sure how much further I'm going. No idea. Let's see. I can't really decide. I change my mind all the time, I feel like. So we'll have to figure out what happens later. Bloodguard, Legionnaire, check. Looking for logging after school? Yeah. Yes, nice. Gonna be interesting, right? It's a big thing, big deal. Some things are still fairly far out of reach unless I keep pushing. Guess we'll have to figure out if we do that or not. Oh well. Okay. Anywho. see here. So, just Google in. I wasn't online last night, so I don't know how they fared. I'm preparing to have to do it as well. I'm actually on that specific one at the moment, so. Okay. Yeah. No, I know they started talking about it yesterday, but I had other plans already, so I wasn't expecting to be online. But at some point on, getting to that point where it makes sense to start looking to finish it, at least just for the hell of getting on with it, so we're prepared for more stuff. So yeah, it is in scope for very soon. So I wonder if I should. I'm wondering, curious, do I have to go inside of? Do I have to enter? Just trying to figure out where I need to go to find the PvP gear. So let's see here. So, okay, so the vendor is located inside of AV. So I better queue for at least one AV so I can go grab the item, the gear pieces. It's in the room to the left. Yeah, but I was just in there. The in the halls here. That's for the higher rank levels. So there's nothing here I can access. Yes. No, basically just the look here. The that was the mount. No, this one here. See, this is all from Bloodguard and up, and so I'm not there yet. Well, actually, I should be Legionnaire, right? Why am I is not available? Do I need to? Yeah. I was about to say. I did wonder. I was curious as to why it wasn't accessible. Let's see. There we go. Okay. That looks more to my expectation. See here. Alrighty. Let's see about this one. Is it? Okay, so effectively I'm gonna need bigger bags, huh? Is it pain? You're confused the first time it happened to me? Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you just never know. You expect, you know, once you've logged in and you basically just logged in, you expect that it's not going to be an issue, and then all of a sudden you run into this anyway, right? I really should start cleaning out some of this shit here, probably at some point. I did not foresee the fact that my hit actually starts to get impacted. I have to double check how that actually looks. Need to clear out my bag soon, I think. Get some stuff sorted. Let's see, I was, however, wondering today. Alright, let's see here what we have left to do. Okay, so let's check. Well, so let's see here. Yeah. Next part is the drakes for that one. Check. I figure I will actually go to Azshara and start the quest for the Aqual Quintessence, just to get that started so we have the opportunity to start dowsing. Duke Hydraxis. Yeah, I mean the MC attunement part, at least we can, you know, that we can hash out in a matter of seconds almost, right? So that will be the least of our worries. Yeah. Okay, I'll have to do a BG as well just to get an indicator for what my investment would be if I want to proceed. Anywho, it's looking to be a bright day outside, not necessarily sunny, but fair of weather, cold, but coffee's warm. At least it might still be if I stop talking for a second. Ah, still warm. Nice. Come on. Yep. So it's, considering the fact that, I don't know, let's see for a good measure how long I've been 60. I've been 64. Time played this level. I've been 60 for close to 3 days now. And initially my thought was, bang out previous gear immediately. And then now all of a sudden it's taken a turn and I've done so many other things that I hadn't expected. Really just sort of going with the feel of the moment. Okay, today I feel like doing this or doing this. It's actually been very refreshing that it hasn't felt like I needed to pursue a specific plan. It's actually been kind of nice. Also, I think for the same has also been, I haven't even upskilled my pet. Oops, sorry. Let's see. I haven't even upskilled my pet, gotten the newest rankings and all that. So the guy here was gathering a group for drakes, so I figured I might as well jump on again. Wasn't my plan 10 seconds ago, but came across somebody looking, might as well. Yeah, no, but I've really enjoyed the feeling of not having a set plan, just sort of going with it. It's been refreshing, and just there's a lot of, you can say fairly soon we're gonna be in a situation where we mostly have an opportunity to raid, to to improve on something. And so rushing to get ready for raids when we're not quite there yet just means that you have to find something else to spend the time with anyway. So for that point, it's, I might as well bang out some other stuff that's entertaining. Take it as it goes. So we've got a chamois healer and another hunter at the moment. He's looking for a tank and a third DPS. Should be good to go. See if I can at least get that one started. And then I'm going to Silithus and Western Plaguelands. And then into UBRS anyway. Okay, let's see. Quite the swim. Yeah, sounds good. I'll keep you in mind. Looking at the business slot, right? Let's conclude that there's still ample opportunity for upgrades, right? You look at the few check marks I have. I could effectively also at some point have actually started to work on getting any sort of gold to finance Epic Mount. Hasn't been enough of an issue yet that I've even bothered thinking about it. So, another thing to potentially put on the to-do list for someday, sometime. These are infested waters, huh? I mean, you don't. If you went swimming and you saw something like that this close to you, would you shit yourself? Get to rank 11, it's just 90 gold for the... Yeah, but don't you... As far as I remember, the issue isn't... Oh, wait, no, it's the other way around. Yeah, the... Was it in Classic? It was still the... It was still the mount price that was expensive. It wasn't the skill, writing skill. Because you need to buy that as well, don't you? Yeah, but wasn't there... I don't... Oh, yeah, okay, yes. There wasn't the epic writing skill. Yes, that came later. Oh, okay, yeah. There's... I can register the fact that sometimes there's just such a discrepancy between things from the different expansions that I can't wrap my head around which came from where. So, yeah. I guess then that, like you said, there's the rank 11. Rank 11 could give you the epic mount for 90 gold. Similarly, then all of a sudden, there's actually also the consideration of doing the Venom Hide Devil Sour thing, the raptor from Ungoro. Because that's also an epic one. Okay, so I've got those quests. And I've pretty much got a full quest log. So, one was in Silithus, the other was in Western Platelands. Okay, yeah. And we're going to Tanaris anyway. I might as well port there, and if nothing else, I can always jump to Silithus and start working on this quest while I wait for the rest of the group to gather for let us start working in the right direction. Maybe at some point I should also actually start, getting the enchants I need. Another day, another time. Now they're starting to... Okay, yeah, one thing coming from Wrath as the most recent thing I've done, one thing you learn to appreciate is the abundance of the portals in Dalaran, which, mean that you can basically get to anywhere on the original continents fairly quickly. That is just such a massive thing. That is really something. Another thing to look forward to. I have to, I'm sure I can say this many times, but I do feel that TBC and later on Wrath brought so much quality of life to so many different things that I really, really fancy. Admittedly, I never really played much more after that, so there could effectively have been something else that was also cool, but I never noticed. So yeah. Yeah. At some point on here, I figure it's gonna be time to start clearing out a bit of the very long overdue whoops, wrong one. Members, offline people. There's probably some by now who've been offline basically since we started the guild, so at some point on I figure we have to maybe do a bit of a cleanup. Yeah. Could do it now, I guess. Could. It's a bit slow to update, isn't it? Okay, I like the fact that I kicked them out, but they're still here. I'm not sure if I appreciate that sentiment. I think that's kind of distressing. Where is it? Isn't it in here somewhere? I can effectively... Oh. Try that one instead. Okay. Only a few small percentage of people who with 3 months AFK. Bit of tidying. Nothing too alarming, just, you know, 3 months. Kinda, you know, you've basically been offline since the first month after we started. You know, if you're not back yet, you're probably not anywhere close. And if you do, you'll have to find us again and get re-invited. Okay. Done and done. Alrighty. Yeah, okay. So let's see. So we... How many was that? Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it, Takana. I mean, it's... I'm pretty sure that everybody has something similar. You know, you don't necessarily have a name that matches. So that's fine. So we went from 286 accounts to 268. No, so it was effectively a removal of 18 inactive players. That's nothing really. Oh, let's see. It looked like there's gonna be more. Yeah, looks like there could potentially be some more when we get to another month having gone by. But again, I'd rather have less players but ones who are active than having a bunch of fictitious volume of people who have never been around anyway. You know, what's the purpose? It's not a benchmark for anything that we need to, you know, focus on. So so let's see here. All right, let's see how far were the others. Yep, not to worry. See you later. 1, 2, 3. Where's the last guy? Ah, there. At least this gives me an opportunity to finish my coffee. Sorry about that. Anywho. Yeah, so all of a sudden, we're now in the process of grouping for the 3 drakes. By chance. All of a sudden, it actually seems like a long time ago that you were, you know, that I was here last, in the sense of during leveling. You know, you all of a sudden, looking back, you were here, you know, mid 40s, and maybe, you know, 40, 45, 47-ish, which, while you were in the process of leveling, you know, was a natural part of it. And now all of a sudden, being 60 and having been 60 for close to 3 days playtime at least, feels like it was ages ago. You know, how long ago has it been? If you, let's see, I'm not sure we can see it here. Can we see it here? Events. Let's, for the, if we do this guild, so okay, so level up. Okay, so level 45, level 46. Okay, so, you know, end of January, realistically, might have been around that time. So month and a half ago. I've never played around with it. That's actually first item. Oh, first item. You acquired trinket for the first time. First kill. Guild. No guild. Okay, we have no guild achievements to. You were killed. That has happened quite a lot. You turned in. Web change. There's a lot of data being logged here, huh? Your guild rank. Okay, that's nice. I feel that our guild entries are a bit lacking at the moment. We'll have to do something more about that at some point. Can't have that. We need more presence. We need more to show. Show and tell. All right. Oh yeah, I could. I could swap. Okay. So, let's see here. I was about to check how close the others are. 2 incoming. 1 still over there. Last one's flying. Okay. Yeah. So I do have a bit of time still. So we wait. You know, maybe I'll grab a coffee while we wait, just because. Give me a second. I will be right back. Might as well optimize and get the coffee while we're waiting. There we go. Coming into the kitchen right now is pleasant. There's a piece of meat sitting in the oven, slow cooking for tonight. I'm, making pulled pork, so pulled pork burger preparations are underway. It's starting to, give off some scent at least. Gets the teeth, mouth watering a little bit. There's been quite a lot of having running around in the battlegrounds recently. There have been a lot of very fun guild names this time around, I feel, as well. I can appreciate somebody who's come up with a fun name for their guild. So, Alcoholics Anonymous, that's fun. I was wondering if you can. Oh. I'll have to do one AV at some point just to get a feel for what the remainder of the possible progression would be if we want to do that. There we go. So we're just missing the one guy. Who is on his way, at least. Let's see how we fare. So, yeah, Wednesday. Anybody have interesting plans? Either today or soon to come? I gotta admit I have nothing of interest, I think. I'm we're a little bit behind on packing some things, I think. Despite the fact that the amount of boxes behind me just keeps growing and growing, there's still a lot to pack up. First thing is making coffee. Yeah, been there, done that. No, yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Actually, on the one hand, that it feels like the number of the amount of items we should have packed by now could probably have been a little bit more, but we've sort of fallen a bit behind on some levels. I think, it's nothing that we can't sort of catch up on again. But yeah, it's been some different things happening that just sort of have set things back. But there's also, when you really start to think three-dimensional in terms of what you have to pack up from your house, it adds up, everything from every single light fixture that you have, or lamp that you have, either, in your ceiling or on a wall, every single picture frame, mirror, everything. It fairly quickly actually adds up significantly. So managing to get through everything right now is, just taking longer than expected. And I think the consideration we have, because we're very much, you can say we're off to a very early start compared to when we're moving, because we don't move for another, let's see, 6 weeks, I think, something along those lines. End of April we move, but we get the keys to the new house on April 1st. And there's so much that we need to do there to shine the place up before we move in, before we bring in all the furniture. So trying to get ahead of the curve at home so we have the most time to focus on the new place is sort of the strategy. But yeah, at the same time, living here for the last month, if you don't even have like any light or anything, is also gonna be a little bit boring. So for that reason, you kind of wanna make sure that you don't take everything down already, right? So the delicate balance of doing something partially is a thing, right? So yeah. Nice. So far, so well. Good, good. Onwards to the next one. One down, two to go. Yeah, no, so you can say, basically as of April 1st, realistically it's gonna be something along the lines of, do you have the LAN plugs to E25 adapters? I don't think there are any. I don't think we have any that have that are on an adapter. I mean, we have a shit ton of lamps with different fixtures, of course. Not necessarily only E27, but yeah. But effectively taking over the keys on April 1st, basically, I might end up being there every afternoon after work, clocking in some hours. We need to paint. We need to paint 250 square meters. And that's the floor area, right? If you the amount of flooring that it covers, but then if you start adding up the height of the walls and the ceilings, it's it's much more. It's almost a factor 3, I think. So the surface area we need to paint is coming in on 700 square meters maybe, and maybe some walls actually need 2 coats. So even just painting everything is gonna take such a large amount of time. Things have to dry, all that. So that's one thing. Need to tear down a brick wall. Need to build another wall in a wooden, erect a wooden frame and seal it off, of course. Need to install some tile somewhere. And I need to build two closets, two walk-in closets, and so that the two of the oldest girls, basically, there's like a small cupboard next to their rooms now that we can sort of convert into a walk-in closet, but it's not necessarily prepared for it yet, so that has to be done. The middle child, we're basically making her walk-in closet with a concealed door, so it's gonna look like a mirror on the wall, which then will pivot, and there's an opening into a walk-in closet behind that. The youngest girl, there's not enough room necessarily to get a walk-in closet, but we're making her like a secret compartment, so I'm building a double wall that's hollow between, and so we can install like a secret latch for her so she can sneak in and have like a private hideout. We are getting some help for some of these things, but still, you can say we have 25 days to manage. That's just the things I remember off the top of my head. There might be a few more. Yeah, we also do need to cut the grass. And when I say grass, we have 21 hectares of farmland that needs to be cut, and some of it needs to be planted with some new seeds. I think we have a bit more leniency in the deadline for when we need to do that. There's some different very set dates for when you need to deliver on some things when you have farmland, so it's a first for us. We have, we're getting some different help in regards to managing some of those things, because that's completely new. So yeah, I don't expect to get much sleep. I'm not quite sure when I'll have time to be online, but we'll have to see about that. I've considered for the hell of it to actually bring my laptop to the new house, and then every day I'm out there working, basically just leave the webcam on, camera on, and then you can, and then I'll just live stream the renovation project. So not necessarily sure I'll be able to interact all that much, but you can basically just keep tabs on me if you actually have nothing better to do with your time. You're very welcome to do so. I know. I'm not sure if it's gonna be any fun, but that was sort of the best I could come up with. How do I maybe do something to be visible for a period of time without being too heavily invested? So yeah, that might be something. Might be fun. The stock market is not looking very good right now. Another rough beating after the last few days. Oh yeah. It's not looking good. I've actually, the stock market has taken a very rough beating these past few days. I'm very thankful that I've actually saw some of it coming and started exiting a lot of my strategies a couple weeks ago. So hopefully I can sort of buy the dip once I feel that it's over and done with. I do expect my crypto market to at least start climbing soon, because in times of instability it usually goes the opposite way. So I'm hopeful. Yep. Da 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 da. How's it looking? Okay, well, fairly stacked up at least. I have no idea what the fuck happened, but sorry for the language. Last night I was on for a short amount of time, and all of a sudden my computer lagged out for a few seconds, and then every single character in the guild's public note was populated with their 2 main professions and the score that they have in them. But looking at my settings, I can see nowhere anything to indicate that it was something that was queued or should have started. But I do apologize in advance for the clusterfuck that happened, and we'll have to figure out. I don't want to start clearing it out yet because I'm afraid it's going to happen again. So I need to figure out what the bleep went wrong. But annoying. It's been, there's been nothing wrong with it. I've had the add-on installed for weeks on end. All of a sudden, out of the blue, this just happens. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. I have no idea. But it annoys me. Things should not just happen out of their own accord.
As they get
How's it looking? We're getting closer. Okay, where was he actually? Where was he actually? I'll follow this guy. There we go. And then I can read up on it for a second. Done. Winter, spring. Coming back. Where are you? There. Ah, there we go. Okay. Cave. Check. Oh, okay. We found one of the other guys, the shaman. The chamois didn't have any other flight paths than Moonglade, so we found a warlock who can help us summon instead, so we can expedite things. I am really... Have you found the GitHub page that has a longer explanation of the features? It also includes a link. Ah, okay. No, GRM. No, I haven't. I have not. But it might be that should look into it at some point. Oh, thank you. I'll have a look. You know, I haven't even... It could also be that you can simply find something on it somewhere, you know, that you can read. So I haven't done anything to check up on it yet either. So, you know, in all fairness, right now it's just shit went down. I identified that shit went down. Nothing else has been done at the moment. That will have to change at some point. Alrighty. More coffee. Let's see if it's still... Oh yeah, it's still good. So how is the weather looking for you guys? Is there any I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say yet. What I'm going at is, does it look as if spring is on the way where you guys are? We saw the first indicators of, let's say, spring on the horizon during the weekend. We had, all of a sudden we had 16 degrees Celsius. And today it's back to 4. Minus 6 degrees and sunny here. Yeah, okay. It's yeah. So it's you know, it's I hope this is maybe, you know, the very last of the frost minus temperatures that we'll see, and then it's hopefully spring is on the way, but you never know. Five and sunny as well, yeah. They can handle it, right? Skinning is important, you know. You want to make sure that you have a sustainable ecosystem where you don't just leave things lying around to compost naturally. You know, it's also it's a basic value that you teach your kids, right? Clean up after yourself. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm justifying the fact that I'm taking time to do something. And seeing as if nobody else appears to be a Skinner, it's even better for me, of course. You know, I should also... The to-do list... The to-do list is slowly but surely sort of growing in the sense of things that I've identified I should be focusing on that I haven't done yet. And here we go once more. Melodic actor. There's... We had the pleasure of you yesterday on... what was it? What was the account name? I forget. I think, you know, if you stop by and wanna sell something, the least you could do, yeah, exactly. Apologetic, whatever. I think the least you could do, you know, when you stop by the channel to sell something is drop a follow, right? You know, to show your good intentions. I'm sure that the follow is only as good as the paper it's written on for about 5 seconds, because once the account gets banned, it's, you know, it's probably irrelevant. You know, but you could at least help inflate the numbers for those 10 seconds that you're around. I got a I got a whisper from a guy yesterday who also on Discord. It's you get a whisper from a guy out of the blue on Discord who's like, hey, fellow streamer, just want to connect here, get a feel for who you are. And the only thing I'm thinking from the get-go is, yeah, sure thing. There's something, there's something off here, especially in the way you going about presenting yourself. You're looking to sell something. 4 minutes in, he tries to pitch me on a sort of social media agency that can help grow my channel. There's been, I think I've gotten 10 of those approaches in the past week. So, but the thing is, he came off as looking at his link to his own Twitch channel. It's this fairly big big streamer on Twitch, and he happens to be a fellow Dane, I can see. So I end up responding to the Discord message he sent in Danish, like, oh, cool, fellow Dane, nice to meet you. And then, this is just over the course of several hours. I'm not necessarily on the phone all the time, but he responds at some point like, what? I'm not sure I follow. And, indicator number 2. Okay, something's off here. I'm like, you're a fellow Dane, right? It says here, I take a screenshot from his Twitch profile, like, you're a fellow Dane. And then I get a reply to the DM, like, oh yeah, in Danish, yeah, this is me. I was like, yeah, sure thing. So I do a little digging, and it turns out that it's just a fake profile. He's basically copy pasted everything from this other guy, and it's just leeching on him for legitimacy purposes. Yeah, and I ended up the link he had in his Discord profile was pointing to the true Twitch account of the other guy. So I ended up actually just stopping by the other guy's Twitch yesterday and sent him a message directly, just just for the hell of it, saying, yo, there's just another guy here who is leeching on you for the purposes of trying to seem legit for hawking something or other stuff. So I reported him, and yeah, but there's so many. There's so many of them. I mean, like I said, I've gotten something like 8 or 10 offers for different deals in the past week, and I don't have any preconception of any of them being legit in any way. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to Orgrimmar, and then we're going to, what was it? We're going to Swamp of Sorrows. Okay, no, sorry. Yeah, okay. I'll take the Zeppelin to Stranglethorn. Yeah. So you can just never, if things seem off, they probably are. You can never expect people to be anything but a bit, be suspicious of people you don't know who all of a sudden show up, right? If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Nasty little hobbitses. All right, 2 drakes done. That's nice. Turn them up, then see here. Halfway there, yep. That's... Oh yeah, yep. So effectively I might end up catching up with some of the guys who did it yesterday. Not too shabby. Next one is when finally Hunter gets to use nature aspect. Okay. Good thing I actually trained it then. Would have been typical, right? I started working a bit more on my shaman as a primary alt. I ended up having about an hour last night, so I logged on and did a bit of work, and I had come across a nice rare quality weapon for the chamois that was like doable from usable from level 16. Right, and I was 15 at the time, so okay, I'll send this over. Gonna be able to use it very, very shortly. And I dinged 16, and I was out in the middle of nowhere, so I, kept questing. I get back to Crossroads, turn in a lot of quests, end up being 17, run to the mailbox, pick it up, and it's red because okay, yeah, it's not a weapon skill I've trained yet necessarily. And I double check, like, okay, where is it? I need to go to train 2-handed maces. Okay, I need to go to Thunderbluff. I'm like, that's weird. I was in Thunderbluff, and I trained all the skills I could. So why is it not there? And it, contemplate for a few seconds, and then, damn it, it's because chamois don't get access to 2-handed maces. So, okay, well, I figure so now I have a weapon to spare for another character. And FML, that was unexpected. That's what you get for not paying enough attention in school. You end up in these situations. You only have yourself to blame. Okay, let's see here. We're going to... I think, yeah, I still enjoy the add-on so much. There's not a lot of people using it, fair enough, but it's, it's so fun. I do enjoy just having a feeling for where people are. Okay, Sutella, thank you. That is awesome. I will have a look at what you... No, Adams, I actually do believe that chamois never get 2-handed maces, as far as I remember. Majority of the other things, but specifically not the 2-hander, because they get... As far as I remember, I'm like... I would like to say I'm 95% sure, but I'm probably not. It's maybe like a 50-50 swing, but either way, it was usable from level 16. I'm 18 by now, so before I even basically solve it, I might have moved on. So it's not a big deal. I'm sure that there's going to be another character who can benefit from it. So it's not. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Another big boy here. Oh yeah, I do need to get strat done as well, so I can get the cloak. I need to do BRD so I can get the Savage Chain Gladiator chest piece. Need to finish Frostwolf rep so I can get the ring. Lots to do, places to go, people to see, fun to have. Hands off. Gotta pay tribute where tribute is due. The people who put in the effort. Same goes for a lot of you guys. You fucking beasts. The looking ahead to having to start grinding out more honor than 143k I have now. I'm still not certain what I'm doing, but my hat's off to all of you who have pushed further than that even now. So let's see. So I had a thought actually that you guys can contribute some insight on. So trying to think ahead in terms of if we want to do more than one event in a given week, and we want to try to drop it as a scheduled event on Discord for the purposes of like visibility. The events show up in the order that they were created and not when they're due. So you end up in a situation where you could have an event for tonight that is, at the bottom of the list because the things that you planned a week ahead of time are further up in the actual order of things on the Discord thread. My thought was whether we should create a separate sub-channel for each day of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Because that way when you jump on Discord, if it's Sunday today and you click on Sunday, that if there's any event present, it's for today. Because if it was for last Sunday, it would be removed already. If it's for next Sunday, if it's realistically not up yet, right? I'm not sure we're gonna be planning at least 7 days ahead or more. And then, if it's Sunday, you're looking what's available tomorrow. You can check the Monday one. It's a thought. I'm not sure if it works. At the same time, we end up with a lot of channels. So, trying to balance out the consideration for what makes the most sense it's just something I'm throwing out there. I think you can do threads. Yeah. That could be actually be a decent partway solution, Adams. We will have to pursue that a bit more. Yeah, just that could work. That we do threads instead. Yeah, let's give that thought some more attention. That could work. Because I'm cautious of ending up with so many different calendar the calendar is a thing as of TBC, isn't it? But yeah, but I think, you know, the the calendar the calendar was okay for some things. The problem, comparing to some of the things that the Raid Helper add-on in Discord does, at least, is the calendar. You needed to, let's say you wanted to sign up with an alt. If you didn't sign up while you were online with that specific character, the character you signed up with is indicated as something else, right? So low practical visibility. There's, you know, there's something there that's just, it's a bit harder to manage. At the same time, there's the calendar, at least from what I remember. You basically had the opportunity, once the event is ready to go, to do like a mass invite based on everybody who signed, which again would require that people are on the accurate character when they signed up initially. Very low practical considerations. At the same time, you can say if you have too many signups, the administration, because in the calendar, as far as I remember, you need to go in and then like right click every single person and then either configure them as like concerned or not concerned, confirmed, or you know, pending, benched, whatever. So there's a lot of like more low practical administration on some levels for the calendar, as far as I remember. You can also say, you know, you don't see the, you only see the calendar if you happen to have been in game recently. You know, it might be that you haven't been online, but you could more easily check the Discord to see if there's something happening this week and sign up through those means. So yeah, there's probably pros and cons. Of course, calendar is more accessible or visible to some people, right? Because you can say, even now we have roughly 300 members in the guild, yet I think there's only 100 people on the Discord, right? So that's another aspect of it. So I'm not sure that there's ever just one correct answer, but yeah. And also trying to run them both at the same time would also be inconvenient. So whoops. Come on, let's go. The chamois found the dragon already. So let's see here. We're going this way. So I have not... It's funny because the attunement for Nixia was present in vanilla. And I know that I've done a Nixia in vanilla. So I was attuned. I don't remember any part of having done the attunement except for the very last part. The very, very last part, basically. Which is kind of weird, right? That you remember some things but not others. So, yeah. But the next part after this one, you do that in the group as well. And then then there's a part here that you don't need to do. And then there's the UB. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The only thing the calendar would really do, I would like to, is to increase the visibility. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, I can follow that. And there could be the opportunity to... you could also settle for, you know... you could also settle for putting the... let's say, the time and date in the calendar, and then referencing the fact that if you want more info, you have to go on the Discord, right? That way you've created the visibility. You know, but you've also incentivized people to, you know, look elsewhere for the information. Nice. That was clean. Clean and quick. Wetland back to... So, Dustwallow Marsh. And then wetlands. Dustwallow Marsh. Oh yeah, I could just port to Orgrimmar and fly from there, I guess, just to skip ahead. Brackenwall, there we go. Okay, so let's see here. Yep. Brackenwall it is. Yeah, so it's just looking at what you sent to Tella. It's you can say there is this. The weird thing, I haven't been here, so I'm distressed by the fact that this has populated it in some manner. Not sure what the hell happened. Yeah, yeah, it could have happened. Could well have happened. See here. Lot to scroll through. Now there's a big entry list, right? A, B, C. Yada, 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 yada. Yeah. Oh well. Nope. Good morning. How goes? Whoops. Excited to get rank 8 today. Only 400k this week for rank 10. Only. I like that. I appreciate the fact that you say only. For me, only 400k seems like a beast. I think that the one thing. No, I'm fairly sure actually. The main thing right now that is bringing me the hope of continuing. Yeah, sarcastic only. Yeah, the one thing that I have that is to some extent, a positive in the sense of the whole rank grind is that because there's no decay anymore, it doesn't have to be like a full-time commitment. You could basically just chip away at it little by little by little whenever you felt like it, and if nothing else, you can always say, okay, I'm fine, I'm rank 8 now, grind out a few battlegrounds whenever you feel like it, and then you might only make some small progression, but if you're not in a hurry, you'll get there slowly but surely. That's the positive note at this point in time, and the one that might make me continue pursuing it further. 25 games a day. Is that what you? Yeah. So. Yeah, depending on what you average, right? So, how long will you be able? Well, the thing is, Adams, the PvP ranks continue into the coming expansions as well. The thing is that the milestones for when you progress to a new rank changes. I'm not sure how it changes in TBC. I think it changes in TBC to be based off of honor kills. So you can say in the future, at least, and again, I'll settle for referencing Wrath, which was the one I know the most clearly because it's the most recent. In Wrath, it's based exclusively on honor kills, and so you. Whoop, went the wrong way, didn't we? Not quite. We can. it's based on honor kills. And even just to get from rank 1 to rank 2, I think you need 1,000 honor kills all of a sudden, right? So the investment in terms of honor kills at least changes drastically. You can say the honor kills that you get in a battleground maybe also, you know, go up because the way they calculate them is different, but still. So getting rank 10 or something, you know, you're looking at, I can't remember, if, you know, we're talking 25, maybe 40k honor kills. So right now, effectively, you gain more bang for the buck, I think, right? The progress you get at this point in time, because it's based on honor points, is more lenient. So from that perspective, you know, there's something in terms of which is the more optimal, but the grind never stops. The grind is the whole purpose of the entire game, isn't it? I mean, it's basically the whole concept of the game. You know, you're always working towards something. You know, and when you get to the point where there's nothing more to grind out, what do? Well, in all likelihood, you make an alt. If you didn't already. Here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, you know, I think it's hard to assess what we define as harder, you know, but I think it's more strenuous, right? It requires an even bigger investment on some level at least. You know, but at the same time, there's no decay either later, and wasn't originally in the original expansions. So they, you know, they did make a lot of changes as well based on various aspects of it. So there we go. Alrighty, onwards. Extras. Okay, so we're going to what is it? Badlands. Can't even remember. I'll have to figure it out in a second. Wetlands. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, but I think, you know, even it's there are some things that have also changed, I think, mentally for myself. I've never previously done very much at all in terms of anything regards to PvP. I'll be honest, you know, I don't feel that I'm not comfortable with it at all, in the sense that I lack a lot of experience. Yeah, doing the attunement, yeah. I was lucky enough to find some people who were trying to do it this morning, so I figured I might as well, you know, tag along just to get some progress while we're at it. It was sort of on the to-do list of things that I've identified that I really should be giving attention at some point. Yeah. But but the thing I was getting at is also that despite the fact that I've never done a lot of PvP and I've never felt very comfortable with it, it's no, let's be fair. I haven't. There's nothing about the AV grind that I've done so far that I've enjoyed, but it's been okay. You know, I've not enjoyed any of it, but it's been fair enough. And maybe just the sense of having done some of it in terms of the on stream with you guys has done a lot to take my mind off actually what I've been doing and just do it. So in all fairness, it's gone much better than it could have. But at the same time, I think that I have some degree of thought on actually, pursuing it a bit more. I think I could see myself maybe diving into also, when they release Arathi Basin and Warsong Gulch, because right now there's a lot of hype because there's, they're coming out phased, so there's a lot of people, right? You don't have to wait long to get a queue, pop, things like that. That's also something that makes it more attractive. And I could also see maybe actually doing some arena when we get to TBC. I don't expect to ever get anything really successful out of it, but it's not something I've done. It's a new facet of the game that might actually, it can give you some more insight, some more opportunities. You can always grow on some level from trying it out, so that might be something I will actually pursue. The good thing is I don't feel any pressure to do it, so I can always figure out how it looks down the line. I hate doing the same thing over and over and over for long periods of time. That's why I'm not grinding PvP, but I can understand the wish to get that sweet gear in ranks. I always love playing on PvP servers though. Yeah. I can follow what you're saying, Adams. It's not very far removed from how I feel. I think that historically I have always been a grinder in previous games. And there's a lot of things within a game that I don't mind grinding. I think the difference is that if you go out and grind mobs for the purpose of leather working or something, it's, at least I feel like it's easier to just park your brain somewhere and just zone out and just do it, because there's less need to really give it a lot of attention. When we're talking PvP, the level of engagement that I feel that you need to at least bring goes up, and so the attention span that you need is higher, and for that purpose it becomes sort of a thing to manage. But yeah, but I can follow you. It could be fun. It could be fun also. Yeah, I think looking ahead for the purposes of the future, especially like the BG weekends, it could be super fun. It's not going to be a pre-made because it's just so few of us, but even just being as many guild members as we have available to do it collectively. You can jump on Discord and sit around and voice channel. That gives something to it, right? It's not just the endless grind. Whoops, that was too much. Sorry, Locked. Next achievement to work on is next. Yeah. No, sorry, just reading from the party chat. Yeah, could probably half-fill. Yeah, Elrathi, is it? Yeah, 20, 15? I was actually uncertain or unclear all of a sudden. Yeah, let's see. A lot of things yet to come, a lot of things yet to experience. You know, again, it really is all about, you know, having fun with it, isn't it? I mean, as long as it's fun, then you feel like logging on and doing something. And so I think the most important thing is always making sure to register whether, you know, it's still fun, right? And if it's not, and you have the opportunity to give it a rest, you know, do something else, even that, you know, can just be a way to swap things, you know, swap things out a bit, do something else. I think that's mainly the thing, you know. If it really just becomes tedious, then you're gonna die slowly inside. So that's what you want to avoid. The thing about these, you know, it would have been good if there was some manner in which you could avoid people unintentionally being able to push it. This is the Alliance boat. It goes to Western Plaguelands, to Menethil Harbor. And seeing as we're going over here, that was the easy solution. The rogue was standing here with me and missed the boat, despite the fact that he was there before I was. I wonder if, you know, could you basically restrict something just to avoid it? Nah. Oh well. We'll just have to make sure that we don't unintentionally push it again. So close to having all cooking recipes, missing one Alliance one, and then have to go to DME for the nice. You can say, you know, it's that much easier on a PvE server because, you know, you don't get flagged. For the time being, you could change guild rank permissions. Yeah. Whoops. I'm clicking different things here. Yeah. But I don't think it's I don't think it's necessary. Let's think that it was a one-time thing. Something went wrong. Yeah, so it's mostly about, you know, the whole, you have the, you could potentially, you know, get some initial aggro from some guards that you may mostly need to figure out how to solve, right? So you're in a situation where if you're getting on the alliance boat, it makes sense to maybe, you know, time it to just before it sails. But it's much easier that now that you don't have to worry about getting stuck in a tent. No, getting the flagged for something. There's a public note changing a thon happening. Yes, exactly. I mentioned it a bit earlier. For some reason, sometime last night when I was on, I'm not sure if it was myself or maybe Totana by accident who pushed a button in the GRM tool, which populated. So, oh yeah, yes, that could also be. Yeah. Anywho, we made it to wetlands. Too good of a coincidence? Yeah, likely. Okay. Now we just need to wait for the two guys who missed the boat. So we're gonna have a bit more time on our hands. There's a lot of going back and forwards, huh, when doing this, that's for sure. A lot of travel. I think I actually managed to fix the notifications. You know, I was trying to get the I was wondering why. I tried to set up fairly early. I thought I'd managed to set it up, the like the alert notification, so that when people, you know, drop a follow or whatever, there's like an on-screen cheer, all that stuff. And then, you know, nothing happened. I went through a couple of the VODs and was like, you know, I don't get why it's not showing. It should be showing. So I did manage to do a little bit of reading up on that yesterday, and I think I found out what was wrong at least. So I'm hoping that it's actually turned on now. We tried to test it yesterday, but it seems that if you're, I'm not sure if either, if you've been a follower previously and then you just unfollow and follow again, maybe that's why it didn't show. The alternative is that there was still something that I hadn't sorted properly, so I'm hoping it's working by now. Let's see. We'll figure it out next time around. Something gives cause for it to pop off. There we go. We're getting here. There's actually, you know, it's kind of fun. I still to this day, after so many years playing the game, I still sometimes feel like I get to areas I've never been before. Or maybe in my case, I'm lucky that I simply don't remember, you know. That might also be the thing. There might be a few situations in which having a bad memory is a positive. Maybe this is one of them. You get to experience something more than once. So let's see the other guys. Boat arrived. We're waiting now. Okay. Another fairly decked out hunter. By no means jealous at all. None the slightest. I'm not behind, right? I'm not behind on anything. Could be worse. Okay, so we are waiting for a few more. A few more people to show up. Maybe all of them. So we can kill the next one. extras. Then back to Dustwallow, just for the hell of it. Then we're going all the way to Stonetalon Mountains. Then to UBRS. They really do, you know, you get, in all fairness, you know, the only positive is you get a lot of frequent flyer miles, right? You really bang out some good miles on your loyalty card. So here we are. But I wonder if we were actually waiting for these other guys who just joined as well, or they're just by chance are in the group for some reason. They don't really seem to be moving in the general direction. He's farming. He's farming in EPL. Could also be that the hunter is, because he's offline, he's on, this is one of his alts, so that he's just there right now waiting for a message that it's time to jump on. Come on, let's go. Alrighty. Ow. Those are some nasty fireballs being spewed out. Sweet. All right. Another success. Back to the, we're spending more time actually moving than we are killing. Finally got the Guildbow Gallon to work. Nice. Was there something that was well, yeah, Gratzticana and all the good stuff. Yeah, there's a few dependencies like the whole TBD widgets and stuff like that. Yeah. Cool. Progress is being made. Would you mind editing the pin message so the link is next to it? Yeah. Yes. I'll update that later. Okay, I actually managed to alt tab, so I should be updated now. Yeah, you can start stalking people, which is nice, right? I think, you know, and touching on that subject, right, which is a delicate subject. You know, stalking isn't necessarily. But let's conclude stalking is not a good thing. I've worked for a lot of my first years in the business. I worked with different levels of like fraud investigation of fraudulent transactions and everything in that regard. And so we're talking from, this is like mid 2000. Of course, the accessibility to a lot of different things SOMI related was less, but at the same time, you know, there was also a lot of people who were using the internet in so many ways that didn't necessarily know or care or think that, you know, there were so many digital footprints. So there were a lot of ways in which it was possible to do like an OS int, open source intelligence. And so there was a lot of years in which, you know, I did various degrees of like OS int work. And sometimes since then I catch myself, even just if I'm going to a job interview, I will basically end up sometimes doing like a forensic investigation into the guy I'm, you know, meeting. Because it's so ingrained in me, you know. I don't need it, and I don't do anything outside of, you know, what's available online without, you know, having to be creative in any sense. But sometimes I catch myself like, okay, you know, this was just an interview, and I've been doing all kinds of things to try to get a further insight into the person. Maybe just going a little bit above and beyond the need. Alright, so progress has been made. So back to Dustwallow, hand in the quest, get the follow-up, find Rexar, and then UBRS. We're probably doing that now, since we have majority of the group anyway, and the Chamois been finding the last few people we need, so might as well while we're on the subject. Oh yeah, yes. I can follow you on that one. I'll see what goes down. I'm here now, I have the time. I'll be around to help again tomorrow regardless, so I had completely forgotten about the Alliance boat as well. But what a time saver, really, compared to doing the whole. If you had to go to Ratchet and then either go to Stranglethorn or the alternative. Hey, I mean, this is optimization. We even skipped having to go all the way and swim across and whatnot. I mean, yeah, Undercity Hammerfall run, Thermal board. Yeah, yes, for sure. Awesome. Awesome sauce. What is not to like? That's for sure. He's not in the same group. Yeah, Adams. The the thing is, I guess, mostly is whether or not, because it gets written into the add-on regardless, right? Oh, I could have gone the other way around the mountain. But you can see here, the thing I'm curious about is whether or not it gets automatically written in the add-on if this is turned off. This just adds it to the officer's note as well, right? So it's mostly a case of does one alleviate the other. I think that's what it's really about right now. Whether this one, because it might be the configuration there. I better activate this as well. There we go. They really fuck you over, right? That you have to run all the way around this path here, right? He couldn't have been accessible from the bottom. No, that's too easy. Time to find Rexar. Okay, onwards to the next one. So now we're going to... Where are we going now? We're going to Desolus. So now I need to go grab the flight path. Hearthstone's on cooldown. That's no use. No, too easy. Okay. At least we made it this far. Okay, find Rexar. Figure we're flying to Sunrock Retreat. At least no one's killed. You don't have to wait. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. True enough. Sorry, just noticing now that. Yeah. What's his respawn time? $5 minutes. Okay. Yeah. You'll manage, but still, of course, it feels like. Yeah, and if you're on, let's say you basically show up and see somebody take him down, those 5 minutes are gonna feel like an hour. All right, almost there. He was there when I got the axe truck quests, and again when I came to return. Yeah, okay. Typical. Okay, we made it this far. Flight path. Let's go to Sunrock. Okay, I'm quickly gonna get yet another coffee while I'm flying. Last one, I think. Be right back. There we go. Man, that pork roast in the oven for tonight's pulled pork starting to give off such a lovely scent. The smells are starting to kick in. It is sweet. You should start thawing out one of your Christmas hams. Yep. Sounds like a plan. I think we actually still have one. €2 per kilo clearance. Yeah, that's fair, huh? Wonder if they found him yet. I don't think I saw anybody mentioning it, so... Got another for Midsummer? Yeah. I do tend to also try to sometimes just grab the good deals regardless of the season, and just, throw it in the freezer so you have it for later, just when it's the best deal. I'm also hoping when once we move into the new place, our immediate neighbor he has some cattle, and it's not for purposes of milking. I think it's for meat. So I'm hoping that the opportunity presents itself to maybe get some very local meats from him at some point as well. And on the and once we get things in sort of set up and ready, the new home is big enough that we are actually able to rent it out for hunting parties. And we know some people who are interested in utilizing the area for hunting. There's typically deer, pheasants, things like that you can possibly hunt, and we know some people who aren't necessarily in it for the procurement of the meats. They basically just like to get out and have the opportunity to shoot something. So if we can even make an agreement with them that they can basically get an opportunity to come out and shoot something on the property, but we get to keep all the meat, that would be awesome, because what's better than the fresh wildlife, fresh meats. So we made it here, looking for Rexar. I like there's a lot going on in the raid chat. So the chamois says he's looking for Rexar, but he's not on the path. So figure it's gonna be kind of hard for him to find anything. I don't know what to think about the fact that the rogue just came my way and then turned around. Does that mean he wasn't looking on the path he's taken so far? Or maybe he didn't venture into the fair last part, so he didn't actually look further down. The struggles are real. So is there actually anything that I need? No, not need. Is there anything that I could actually get from UBRS still? Let's see here. I'm just checking. There's nothing that is Prebis per se. But I'm sure that there's still some things that would be an upgrade. At some point on, I'll have to actually make a group to start, you know, extensively farming the last gear. Right? Instead of just messing around doing all kinds of other things. But you know, still having so much fun doing random stuff, so it hasn't been important yet. Right now, I think it's one of the things that has been frustrating for me is that I've wanted to try to create more incentives for guild events that weren't necessarily combat related either, but the time that I feel I've had in the evenings, you know, honestly, there's a fair amount of people online during the day, especially afternoon, but still compared to how many people we see online in the evenings, you know, it's only half of the presence. So trying to do something, you know, in the evening hours has been fairly limited because I haven't had that much time, but I would love to do something to try and do some sort of non-combat related events just for the fun of it. So that's gonna have to be a thing at some point, trying to do some other stuff. We'll have to see about that at some point as well. Need more time. Damn you, family. Stealing away precious moments from in-game. No. I'm kidding. Space face. Still looking. Sutella, when you say you set it to survey, what is it? I didn't figure that you're in here. What is it? You just so you click it manually every time you come online? Is that it? You have to make it. You have to push a message for it to do it, and then it retrieves data on how far people are. Right click it to minimap. Yep. Settings, survey log. Oh, okay. Settings. Run automatic guild surveys on login. Ah, yeah. Cheers. Sweet, sweet. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay, well, let's, you know, let's hope we find him very soon, Rexar, because we're running out of stretch. Well, on paper, you know, it stops here, so he should basically be just up ahead. Let's see. But I came from the north. I started in Sunrock, so he shouldn't have managed to get past me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. We are on layer 3, so it should be somewhere. Oh, okay. So he's a bit further down than what the map says. I'll come back and check. I didn't think he ventured quite that far south, but of course, you know, the just goes to show you that you can't always trust these, right? Thanks, Sutella. Much appreciated. You're so good to me. Sweet. Blood of the Black Dragon. Okay. So far, so well. See? How fun is this? How fun is it being able to keep track of where people are? You know, just like checking up. So, okay. Yeah. So how did everybody... Well, they must have left already. Okay, so if I need to... I'll head this way, I guess, for the... There's no flight path. I might as well Hearthstone. I did not manage to give you a bye-bye. Okay, oh, going the wrong way. Time to grab the Zeppelin. Time to grab the Zeppelin and go. Next part, check. Sometimes there's a good flow to things, right? There's a good feeling of progression. You know, that's nice. Gives a feel of going places. It's just me. I forgot to unmute it after I came back. I think it's working now. I even clicked. I even think I clicked the button, so I must have like clicked it unsuccessfully. It's like being in one of those meetings where you've been muted for a couple of minutes, trying to talk, you know, not paying attention. You wonder why people aren't really responding, but it's not significant enough that you really understand it, you know. So hopefully it's sorted now. Yeah. The thing is, you know, there's so little information coming out of my mouth that's really important, you know. You haven't missed anything. Nothing there. I haven't shared like the once in a lifetime piece of advice that, you know, isn't it that's sort of like the whole it's the some of the like YouTube content, you know, from like financial advisors is always, okay, if you stick around long enough, I will give you the tip that could make you millions. And then, you know, if you're lucky, if it's an hour-long clip, it's not after 59 minutes, right? Because then you'll just skip ahead. So they'll put it in somewhere between 45 minutes and 55 minutes of content, right? To keep you stuck to the screen, waiting patiently, not quite sure when they're gonna hand it out. And then it's not always quite as impressive and impactful as you really thought it would be. Ouch. He's really got a beef with me. Ouch. Bastard. Alrighty. So let's see here. We're fortunate that we have the shoulders already, so there's nothing else that's really relevant. You know, if we were fortunate enough to get the chess piece, nothing wrong with having it in stock for some other time. Okay. Nope. Alter Ego Fire Mage. We're pulling back. Where are you going? This is the first time I've ever been here where there have not been any other skinners. You know, normally it's like there's 5 of them. There's a first for everything. Okay. Well, at least we're getting towards that point in time where we can check off the last part of the Onyxia attunement. That's at least one other thing to cross off the checklist. The to-do list. Check. And a couple of free scans. What is not to like? One healer. Gotta be cautious. Oh yeah, no, we have another one. He's just not here yet. It's not that we don't have to, it's just that we don't have him here yet. Nope. Didn't even get it off in time. Sometimes, you know, that 3-second cast is, you know, just long. You can sometimes see, okay, maybe I'll squeeze it off before the mob is actually dead, if I'm lucky. Sometimes it's just so, well, you know, if I manage, I manage. Anyways. Yeah, so for some reason, apologies, something messed up with the add-on. The guild roster management add-on yesterday and started populating people's notes with their professions, even though that wasn't intended, so trying to clear that out slowly but surely. Was unintentional behavior all of a sudden that it just yesterday everybody just had their professions put in their public notes basically if there was enough room. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to clean out. I figure there's no point in clearing it out for everybody because there's some degree of the characters we have in guild who probably are AFK and won't be coming back, so don't really feel the need to do it ahead of time. Might as well do it little by little as it becomes actually relevant. So Okay. We're waiting on the last. I think they were summoning the last guy. Hey, look at that. Pretty colors. Yeah, represent. Still places to go and people to see. I haven't even bothered with my fishing yet. Then, you know, that's also something for another day, maybe. Should get around to it, maybe. But I'll have to wait. At least this week, we've made it to rank 8. The plan was actually only rank 7, so squeezing in that little bit extra yesterday was enough to get there, which is nice. Grabbed the available pieces of gear. Legionnaires, chain hauberk. Bloodguards, chain vices. Legionnaires, chain leg guards. And Bloodguards, chain greaves. So, foresaid bonus reduces cooldown for concussive shot by 1 second. That's fair. I don't actually always manage to use it enough. Feels like, apart from Belinda and Vandar, the majority of the situations in which I need to use abilities are because there's an alliance player at significant range engaged in combat with somebody else, that I can just stand in the background and whittle them down. I don't even really need to do anything to sort of CC them. So it becomes a thing that I sometimes almost forget that I have it, because I don't use it enough. I'm not forced to use it enough. So maybe that's good practice in all of a sudden utilizing the fact that you have, 1 second reduced CD. Oops. I was about to say, I was impressed by the positioning that you actually felt comfortable standing where you did, but he shouldn't have. So, bye bye. The one thing, looking at sometimes, sitting, having a half an eye on the on like the different chat windows, one of the things I'm actually missing that I wish were more of a thing is like the spontaneous raids. It's almost always listed that, making raid tonight, sign up. And that's that's slightly frustrating in the fact that sometimes it would be nice that there was something about to happen just now. Where you could just like, okay, I have time now, what can I find? Ouch. They are kicking my ass. Oh yeah. Shouldn't have to this time around. Mistiming, half a millisecond too quick. Typical. Typical. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I could probably do that after. Ew. They really have a thing against me, huh? It's tough. Tough being, you know, tough love. Come on already. Nice. Some guy running around with dual Deathbringers, I think it was. Nah, just the one maybe. Yeah. Yo! Curio o Aki. The amount of attention that we're getting for, you know, buying fake streamers, fake viewers on streamboo.com is immense, right? There's a lot of love going on there, right? It's the kind of love you pay for that exists in other places as well, but still. It's a thing. It's an industry. Bordering on the oldest profession in the world. Probably not the streamer viewer part, but still. Yeah, same here. The love is real. You can say, you know, that it goes to show something about the size of the industry that this is, that, you know, you have a new account showing up every, you know, half an hour, and how little effort it takes for somebody to be able to do something along those lines, right? Let's see if there's some more we can skin. Missed timing's off again. I should have probably actually paid more attention to the notification it gives at the top of the screen when it fails. Maybe at some point I get the skinning knife to get the 310. He's already gone. I should check what his cut looked like, whether it might have been a hacked. Yeah, no, I don't think so, but never know. Bot account, yeah. Yeah, you never know. This is, you know, this has been a good run in the sense of just grabbing some skinning materials. There's a big difference in being the only one all of a sudden compared to normal. Fighting for the scraps. Being one of, I don't know, 4 or 5 people who have it. At the expense of backspace. I don't, you know, I'll have to settle for only getting a few select upgrades, right? Here we go. I expect he'll be down quickly. Rightfully so. There we go. Next. Let's say not the one I have, yeah. Oh yeah, wasn't paying attention. Was the one I have. Brute Hammer of the Monkey. That's a nasty looking weapon. Ouch. That's gonna leave a mark in so many ways. I'll need it for good measure. You never know. It's nice to have options. Onwards. Nah, we're not done. We need Drakisath. clear out a couple of scraps here just for the hell of it. Destroy the general and bring his blood back here. Time has been flying, actually. I didn't even notice that it was closing in on noon already. It's been since getting on. These past hours have just flown by. Basically got mixed up with this group doing the whole attunement fairly quickly after I jumped on this morning, and time has flown since in terms of just running back and forwards to get the various drakes killed and handing in the quests and all that. So I've gotta consider heading off at some point. Figure maybe after I've killed we're done here, I might jump off, finish the last part of it off stream. Then I've got a couple of meetings later today. Kind of hard to skip. Man up a little bit. Hopefully soon starting to, work through some of these different quests that I have pending will also mean that I can start clearing out some bag space, because right now there's so many quest items. I also need to find a rogue who can unlock the Thaurissan family jewels for me, just because I've had it sitting around in my bank for about 2 weeks now, I think. But haven't been chasing a rogue either, so it hasn't gotten anywhere besides just being like a peripheral thing I noticed when I opened the bank, and then I sort of, I'm on with the next thing. So that's also a thing. Come on, come on. Yeah, I think Ash might be able to do it. Yeah. I just haven't gotten around to it. The thing is, this is not something you can send, right? So I do need to meet him physically, and we haven't crossed path these past few days. But it's fine. It will sort itself out at some point. Yeah. I'm not worried in that sense. You can say it's been here for 2 weeks, another week or two won't matter at this point in time. go. The beast. Nope, not really. There we go. That's the one. That's the one we're after. That would be swell. We want that one. Go. Pew pew pew. Let's go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Quite a, you know, quite a heavy representation of, am I actually the only one who's not with the guild? Yep. Represent. Unity in the house, you know. Get out of the way. You've dealt 15 million damage. Autobiographer update. Here we go. No. Damn you. Damn you. Oh well. No luck. No luck today. Again, gives incentive to come back another day. The whole concept of sheeping didn't really go well. Oh, my balls died. Oh, my balls died. Yeah, there are a lot of undecided, a lot of things that sort of went poorly. I think the mage initially wrote that the sheep broke 4 times to begin with, so that was just unlucky. But some people weren't necessarily paying a whole lot of attention. And then, you know, in the end, the last sheep that was here, so the mage tries to resheep it while the warlock is trying to drain it. That's also, you know, the warlock could have paid a bit more attention to focusing on one mob so that we could get one mob down instead of trying to, you know, spread out the damage across multiple. Alrighty. At least we're nearly there. And it's been clean, you know. They are, let's say, apart from this specific pull, it's been very, very clean so far, right? Fair group. Some capable individuals, some geared individuals as well, so. We can see the finish line, almost. Go. Oh, I can even start the cooking smells from the pulled pork is even now starting to waft down the hallway from the kitchen, little by little creeping in. Still a lot of hours to go. It's gonna be nice. It's going to be swell. Good placement, at least, you know, trying to account for the fact that we want to avoid popping the sheep. You're making me hungry. Sorry about that. You know, my mouth is starting to water a little bit, and there's, you know, the thing is supposed to still be in the oven for another 6 hours almost, so could end up being a long day in the sense of anticipation. You can say, you know, that's one of the downsides of using the sous vide, which is, you know, otherwise something that really gives you a nice piece of meat. The fact that it's a vacuum packed thing just you know, it gives nothing to be excited about until you're done and you're supposed to, you know, punish it on the grill. Yeah, love immersion cooker. Yeah. You can say, you know, there's just so much opportunity to take even something that can otherwise be a little stringy or whatever, and still make sure that it just retains so much moisture that it doesn't just go dry. Even sometimes if you haven't found, you know, going and finding that right cut of beef can just be expensive sometimes. So the opportunity to find something that's maybe not quite the highest standard, you know, you can go so far with just getting it, you know, in the immersion cooker for a couple of hours. Would probably take forever. Yeah. Well, you know, the other thing is that if you have enough time, then at least you're in a position where you can effectively, you know, you can cook it a day in advance, and then if you don't unpack it, you can reheat it using the immersion cooker, right? To start off by getting it warm again, and it still won't go dry, right? which is an amazing feature. So you don't have to finish it. Even if you do finish it, you can still sort of pick it up again the day after. I think that brings a lot of opportunity. Nice. Alrighty. We're just about ready. See if the mages are a bit more on point. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. You can just, you can basically, you can say, there's not the same need to do like interval cooking, because you don't need to have it sit so that the juices can sort of, collapse in upon themselves again. But at the same time, the opportunity that you can just cook it and then heat it, and then it's still as good as it was intended the day before, is awesome. Okay, let me just get ready here. Okay. Time for a kiting exercise. Got the last sleep out of my eyes. See if we're about ready. Are we ready? Okay, we're ready. Going. I'll just kill him single-handedly. He's going straight for all my balls. Poor guy. There we go. Another successful kill at least. Get the blood. Sweet. Dreadmist robes, not really my color. Nah. Despite the fact that it being a hunter item. Sweetness. Okay. The orbs here for attunement. What orb for attunement? Okay, return to Rexar. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. It's back to Ferlas. 2 mages would be nice with a portal. Would be nice. Awesome. Progress has been made. It's nice. I think I'm going to jump on the flight path to Verlas, go see if I can find Rexar, and then probably jump off the stream for now. Managed to get in a few calls before I have to do some work meetings. I'll still be around, I think, and I'm probably also around actually for the rest of the week. Probably online streaming a bit both tomorrow and Friday, and hopefully also tomorrow evening. So it's actually going to be a busy event this week, all things considered, but that's just nice. Okay guys, thank you for now. I will close down the stream for now, I think. As always, a pleasure to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for engaging. It would have been so boring if I was sitting here alone. So I do appreciate every single contribution that you guys make every single time. I'll see you in game instead. Take care for now. Goodbye. And cut.